Yeah, check this out. So the heater control, it's a 3-speed switch, low, medium, high, and I thought off was off, but off is just the temperature off. I plug it in to test it, and as soon as you turn on the ignition, the heater motor starts running, and it runs all the time. And I'm thinking, well, that's not right. And I start looking at the wiring, and then I realize that, this is where the power comes in, and it goes out to the low speed resistor. So the minute you turn on the ignition, it goes direct to the low speed setting. And then you've got medium and high, which are the other two output wires off the back of the switch. Why General Motors wired it this way, I have no idea. It has something to do with constant ventilation and astro ventilation and something like that. But I did a little research, and I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. So we have option A, B, C, and D. So option A is put it back together, leave it alone, and just be done with it. Option B would be to take a pair of side cutters and cut the low side wire, so that way if you're in the low position, the motor is off. But that means you only have medium and high for your heater. So that's not really an option for me. That was option B. Option C would be to take the feed wire coming off of the fuse block, this guy here, and put an auxiliary switch in there and just cut power to the control completely. And that way, no matter what setting you're in, if you turn it off, it's off, and off is off. And then there's always, of course, option D. With option C, I gotta find a switch. There's a big hole here. I don't want to be cutting up my factory dash. It's a beautiful dash. With the new gauges, I'll probably get a new dash panel, comes with it anyway, but I don't want to be having a bunch of switches over there, even though I got to find a place to mount switches for the fog lights on the light bar. So that was option C. Option D would be just put vintage air in the truck. Gonna want air at some point anyway, but with all of the no drafts and the big vents that we have and the constant circulation, and now that the doors and everything work, I can get cool air in through the cowl. So it probably won't be that bad, but vintage air would be nice. It's just I really like this truck having just an alternator and a power steering pump. So what I thought was, we'll go back to option C, and since I'm not a smoker, took out the ashtray. And what we'll do is, I have a whole myriad of switches, whole bunch of different types that I can use. I kind of like this industrial gig. So I'm thinking mount the switches in the glove box, or in the cigar ashtray door. I'll make a plate, fabricate a panel to go in there. Not all my switches, plenty of room for wiring. And we'll take this, what would be the lighter plug, we'll take that knockout, and we'll put a USB charger. So that way I could just plug my phone in and charge it. I could put a lighter plug in there too, but I just might as well just, church it up a little. Stick that lighter plug in there and just have a USB charger. So, and I can get a dual USB to go in there. They make them this size with dual USB, so I can charge my phone, I can run GPS, I can do whatever I want. So, little hiccup. I didn't plan on that little extra bit of work, but at least I got it figured out. I think we're going to go with option C for now, and then once we start redoing the truck as Hooper's truck, we'll revisit that vintage air thing. Okay, well, carrying on. Next,